What do you think of that? You think of that, Collin?
We're smiling. All 5 of us.
We're good people.
Collin
That's
Moulton.
why you have to listen.
You are at Rick Bronson's House Comedy all weekend long.
All weekend long.
Okay,
and part of the week. Yesterday and today.
That's right. Yesterday and
part
today.
of the week.
They have a
part of the
good
week.
That would be.
chocolate martini there. You should try it.
Really?
I'm just going to tell you that.
Chocolate martini?
Yeah. Chocolatini. I don't know. But they're good.
That's kind
They're
of
good.
a girl drink.
Right, I
though.
was just gonna
If
say,
you
I don't
ordered
know.
that.
It is, but
You
it's
might get beat up.
delicious.
It says something if I order it.
Yeah.
And it
Anyone
doesn't
that's
say
ever
if you
ordered
order
it has. I've had guy friends order it because I'm like, you
Have
should
you?
order it, and then they like it.
I've also had guy friends order it.
Well, there you go. Whatever.
I don't get to call my guy friends guy friends. I call them friends. If I say guy friends, I'm having some guy friends over.
Yeah,
It sounds
a little weird.
Isn't that weird? You add a masculine word to make it sound a little feminine.
That's
Yeah.
true.
I'm having my guy friends over. Please just don't even open the door. It's crazy in here. We're drinking chocolate martinis.
I can tell you how great this was.
Baby oil.
We're sitting around today.
Baby oil. You just
I
turned
thought you-
it in a
I've
really
heard
weird.
stories.
You turned it in a really weird direction. Like it was headed in an okay direction, and you just.
I
took
didn't
it
even
way
know
too
anyone
far.
could see us in
I'm
there.
sorry.
How did she know about the baby oil?
I'm sorry, honey.
Honest to God, here we go.
Mother,
I want to thank
get your
Collin
brain out of the jar.
particularly because so this morning I get off the radio show and I'm sitting around and we're looking at the interviews we're doing today and doing shows, and that's the great thing about podcasting is you can put all these different segments together however you want to.
Yeah, whenever,
Really
wherever.
nice. And we were looking at it as like two pretty serious subjects, and I was like, I got to get a hold of Rick Bronson because Rick, just a good guy, just a really good guy.
Yes, he is.
And Tammy, his wife, is awesome.
And
Yeah.
Tammy's awesome.
Been very helpful.
So I said, you know what, I gotta get this thing. Like I said, this is just our second week doing it. Eighth day doing it.
Yeah.
So I said I got to get on Rick Bronson's list of when all the comics go around to. Like you're going to be on the KQ Morning Show tomorrow, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll be there. Well, I won't be there. I'll be here, but you'll be there.
Oh, okay.
You'll be
Yeah.
speaking to each other yet
I
again.
host the KQ Morning Show.
Right. You won't be with me?
No, I do it from here.
Oh, and so you and I'll be together when we're apart?
Yeah,
That sounds great.
Very
You'll
good,
wake up
Collin.
tomorrow and go, where am I supposed to be?
I don't know
What's going on?
He'll show up at the front door.
Just come here. Come here. We'll share a mic.
Come here. But anyway, so I said, I got to get on the list where they take all the comics around from Rick Bronson's House Comedy. And so I called Rick up, and I said, I got to get on your list where you're transporting people around to radio stations, TV stations, all that whole deal. So if we can get them to come by the podcast to record a show like every Thursday or whatever.
Yeah. Start to do it.
He said, yeah, that's a great idea. We got, some great people coming on, as a matter of fact. He said, Collin's in town right now, Collin Moulton. And he said you killed up in Edmonton.
Oh, wow. That's good. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, that's an easy
couldn't
market.
tell?
Oh, gosh. I had a blast.
Could you tell? Were they laughing?
No, I had a lot of fun. They were super cool. It just felt weird because they were so into it.
Oh.
I was like, wow. I mean, even last night at the mall here, at House of Comedy, they were so into it. They were so cool and so into it. I don't know whether I'm doing something different or the audience is just having a blast, but it worked all week. Yeah, they were just great.
Well, there hasn't been much good news lately, and we're heading into the political season, so
God.
that
I
could
don't
be.
even
You
know what
could be.
to
Your
say about
timing
this.
could be perfect.
Maybe
right
that's it. Everybody's been needing to let off steam,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, well, that's about right.
Yeah.
But in any case, just a very quick ending to that story, Rick said, well, I could call Collin, see if he can make it over. So all of a sudden, about 5 minutes later, I get a call from Collin. Hey, Tom Barnard. I said, how you doing? Says Collin. I said, yeah, Jesus, I wish I'd have known, we could have gotten you over here and whatever. He goes, well, I'll come over. I said, well, I tell you what, if you hop in a taxi, I'll pay for the taxi fare.
Yeah.
And that was like a half an hour ago.
Yeah.
We took a little tour around the lakes.
Well, the guy was good. No, it's about a 20-minute drive. I think,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's probably about right.
And the guy that drove was from another country, and he was taking phone calls the whole time.
Oh, that's
so he had
nice.
but handheld, so he didn't have his earpiece. Where you're supposed to have an earpiece.
Bluetooth?
Right? Yeah, you're supposed to have. Isn't it the law here too?
Not
Yeah,
here. No. We
Isn't
can
it?
talk on our phones in the car.
You can
can?
hold them with your hand.
Yep.
See where I'm.
That's stupid.
It used to be that you. Well,
Somebody change that law.
It used to be that you could just talk on the phone with your, regular with your hand, and then now they've changed it to where you have to have an earpiece, at least where I live. And when they changed that law, I was like, that is so stupid. I can't believe they're doing that. They're making us use earpieces and stuff.
Right.
And then now I'm used to it. So when he started picking up the phone and doing it, I'm thinking, God, that guy guy's going to kill us. And I used to do that all the time.
I'm going to die today.
Yeah. And he took, God, he must have taken 4 phone calls. And while he was taking phone calls, his other phone started ringing. And then the person he's on the phone
Probably
with,
his bookie.
he's got his elbow on the steering wheel.
Oh.
And he's answering this phone.
I'd be like, let me out here.
Hang on a second, brother. And then he goes, so what's your address? And he starts writing down addresses. And we're on the 100. I was like, holy criminy.
I think maybe that's worth reporting. I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Sounds dangerous.
I just heard Collin Moulton say, holy criminy. His entire act is, yeah, you're fucking deaf.
Holy fuck.
There we
It
go.
was ridiculous. Like, I thought, yeah, because he was, I don't know, he seemed nervous about it too. Like when he first took the phone, you mind if I take a quick phone call? The entire time he's on the phone and he's writing things down. And I was like, is that what a quick phone call is?
Now we know to say no phone calls.
Well, now I know how my wife
popular.
feels when I understate the things I'm going to do that she doesn't like. So basically, because I do that all the time. I'm like, hey, I'm just going to go for a second. Oh, 4 hours later, where the hell are you?
What?
Now, how long have you been
Frustrating. I have a window into her world now.
How long have you been in Los Angeles?
I started comedy in Los Angeles 14 years ago or so, and I was in Hollywood. Lived in Hollywood, and then I started traveling around a lot. Like right away, I used to be a mobile disc jockey.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to do parties and weddings, and I was
fancy.
I was a mobile DJ, and
DJ.
so I was the guy that shows up at your wedding and party and whatever. And when I was in my early 20s, and so I got a lot of use with the mic, where I got good at it,
right.
where I could talk in the mic without being terrifying. And then when I first started comedy, they would give you, it was called a bringer room. You ever heard of that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where a comedian, if you're listening, you don't know, is the comedian. You bring friends and then they give you minutes based on how many friends. You have 5 friends, you have 5 minutes, like that. And I ran out of friends pretty quick. So, if I even had any. So then they would just let you, the one thing that nobody wanted to do was host.
Oh,
yeah, because no one,
boring.
you show up, well, not only that, but you show up and there's no one even there yet.
Oh.
It's just comedians. So you would, but I was used to the mic and I was used to hosting, saying, hey, everybody, welcome to the party, So I just did that, and they would let you do that with no friends. You could just do that, and you got all the stage time because people would show up. There'd be like minutes in between comics you could do and all this. So I was doing 20 minutes a night or something when I first started.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out, so I built material really quickly, is the short of that. And I went on the road like within less than a year.
Wow.
I started featuring and traveling around.
How old were you then?
I was mid-20s.
Because we were just talking, KP Anderson, the executive producer. You know KP?
I know KP Anderson.
KP
Is he here?
Yeah, he was sitting right
He
there.
was here
2 nights ago.
You said the executive producer
of the soup.
Soup.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I knew he was involved. I didn't know that. Yeah, I've known KP since then.
Oh, he's a great guy.
Yeah, when we were doing open mics in the Valley at the Ha Ha Cafe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he would come in, and he was one of the road guys. He'd been doing comedy for
Right.
like 22 years now, right?
Right.
So
Yeah.
So he would come in and kind of show us how it was done.
Because he had made a point, like I said, now KP is the executive producer and head writer on The Soup with Joe McHale. And he had talked about the fact that what happened to you makes it in some ways great, in other ways it's very tough because you're only 22 years old and you're like, man, this was easy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And did you find that to be the experience that it was like, man, why did this happen so quickly?
Yeah, when I went on the road right away, you mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
yeah.
The road wasn't what I was trying to get. I was trying to get TV. I went on the road to get away because TV was blowing my mind. Like I ended up, a friend took me to Just for Laughs,
right.
And I did pretty well there. And then the WB liked me just because my energy, whatever. They,
Right.
I don't know that they really knew whether or not someone was seasoned or whatever.
Right.
You can always kind of tell when you see a comic, but I think they were just looking for a look, an energy, and
Right.
so they brought me in.
You're dreamy.
To read. Yeah, they did that, right. It was the WB. Well, it was the WB, so at the time the big show was Felicity in that, and I looked a little like Scott Foley, and they had that look was working for them.
Yeah.
And so they had me come in and read, and I had some acting classes by then. I had acted through high school and all that, and done some acting courses in L.A., and had some courses. I did some classes, some workshops, and I got to where I could audition at least, and so I did well for her, and she got me an agent. I went through a pilot season, and I was too green. I was walking in after guys like Jason Bateman. Literally twice in 1 week, I walked into an audition as Jason Bateman walked out, and I've been in entertainment for less than 2 years.
You're like, I've got a shot.
Yeah, and I'm walking in, and they're like, "See you later, Jason." Okay, all right, it was great. That was just great. I love that guy. I love. Hi, hello, and then I I'd walk into this cold, worse than cold, from hot to cold, and then now I'm there, and they were nice enough, but they were clear that I was not. By comparison, that guy's royalty.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
He knew what he was doing, so I would go in and I'd be like, okay, I have an idea for this role.
Did you have to learn to attack the stage and all that stuff?
It would usually an audition would just be a room like this when you audition for television. So is that what you were asking?
Yeah.
When you'd walk into an audition, it'd be like this, where it's a few people and everybody's staring at you, and they have some, there's a microphone or a camera or whatever that is, and they'd be like, all right, go ahead. You have no sense of these people's energy, what they like, what they don't like, what they look like when they laugh, anything. So you just have to, all right. And it was a lot of sitcom, and that's energy exchange,
Right,
funny
definitely.
is always energy exchange for me. So, so it was intimidating, and it would throw you right off your game immediately, usually. And so the trick was to get past that point and be able to stay in the work for a second,
right,
and get somewhere with it, get a reaction from them, and then you're okay. But the really good ones don't need a reaction from anybody. They're in the work.
Oh.
So you're telling me they don't rent out an entire theater for the director and his aide
and a studio audience,
and the one guy,
and hire a studio audience? Isn't that odd? I think that sucks.
I always believe that's how it went.
I know. Isn't that strange? That I know that's ridiculous, but somehow in your head you feel like you're going to walk into this room where
that's what you think an audition is.
Finally, he made it here. You've made it here.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for years for you.
Spotlight on you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Collin Moulton auditioning.
You went through that.
Bad people are taken off with a cane.
Remember when you auditioned for So You Think You Can Dance?
Yes.
Yes, and you were totally freaked out about the whole process. You thought you had to have a 3-minute piece prepared.
Well, that's what it said on the audition thing.
Yeah, and then they put you in a bathroom and said start dancing.
Yeah. Here's Justin Timberlake. What? We're going to play some salsa music. You go. And I'm like, what?
I know. She was like, what were you, 17?
Yeah, I was 17 years old.
You had a prepared piece and they just gave you some music?
Yeah, it was literally, it took 10 people. Because it was so strange because we did walk into a giant theater, and we were all piled in there. There was probably thousands of us. There were so many people.
Yes.
And so we were piled into a theater, and I was like, are we all going to go up on that stage into our 3 minutes? I'm going to be here until I'm 35. And then they all of a sudden are like, okay, we're going to take you row by row. And I was like, okay. And then they took us in 3 stories down into this dark room where there were 5 people sitting at a table staring at you like you shot their dog.
3 stories down.
Yeah.
No
in this basement.
Nice.
And then they put on salsa music and Justin Timberlake, and they're like, you have 30 seconds each.
Yeah. And they act mad about it.
Yeah, and I'm like, sorry.
I can't believe you're here right now.
Sorry, I showed up.
We hate you in advance.
Yeah, exactly. And then it was they gave you a piece of paper if they wanted to keep you, and then goodbye. It was the weirdest thing.
She comes out, she's crying.
I was not prepared at all for that.
What
situation.
did you do then? She's like, I think I did some kicks.
maybe I'd have spun twice.
Okay, so that sounds like my audition.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I did some kicks and I spun. You're supposed to be.
Sure.
Yeah, that's not what we asked for, Mr. Moulton.
Yeah,
Thank
it's not
you
glamorous
for that.
until you're highly paid.
I prepared some kicks and spinning. You know who I had to follow once in an audition is Jimmy Schubert. You know Jimmy?
Yeah.
Oh my God, and he's now a friend of mine. But I kind of knew him then. But I walked in. I was supposed to be a monkey man on this kids show on television on a kids network, and it was it was an ice show, the Iceman, or So it was a cartoony kind of funny thing, and I was supposed to be a funny monkey man from the past, and he was auditioning as well. So I saw Jimmy in the lobby thing, and then they're like, Jimmy Schubert, and they had him come in, and I could hear him in there. It just sounded like he was tearing the walls off the place, just he's a big energy anyway. He's pounding on things and slamming things, and I'm in the lobby, and I'm like, holy crap, holy shit. I'll say shit.
You son of a bitch!
And and then
gratuitous swearing.
And then the door opens, and they're laughing and patting each other, and they hug him. Jimmy, come here, great job, that's awesome. And he walks out. He goes, see you later, Moulton. And he walks out, and I'm sitting in the lobby, and they come out, and they're like, Collin Moulton, and that was the most intimidating follow ever, because it was. Yeah. I was like, I don't think I hadn't prepared to do anything that big. I wiped a booger on the table as a.
Well,
I did it on purpose. I was like, like I was going to be a monkey. Monkey would pick his nose.
Oh, there you go.
You should say hello because a month from today, Jimmy's going to be on the podcast.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Tell him I said, hey. I'll call him after this and warn him.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll say it's awesome, but I wouldn't tear anything off the walls.
Yeah, he better behave himself.
They live here.
One of the great things, and again,
coaster.
it was the same situation with you. All of a sudden, you get a call from Rick Bronson, and you go, hey, do you want to go over and do this? And blah, 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 blah. You know Gerard Carmichael at all?
Yeah.
Gerard was here on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And it went just like, literally, he was on the KQ Morning Show that morning, whereas you're going to be on tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'd like to kind of do it Thursdays, and then they're on the KQ Morning Show, because it's a totally different deal there.
Mm-hmm. It's radio.
Gerard,
Yeah.
That's radio.
Yeah.
Right. So Gerard did very, very well in there, and he's the nicest guy you'd ever want.
Oh,
Yeah, he's
so
great,
sweet.
dude.
Yeah.
But he's sitting where you are right now, last Friday, and he's just really good, really funny as hell. And somebody asked a question, said, let me get this straight, Gerard. You're 24 years old. He said, yeah. Said, you're not from here. No, I'm not from here. Young African-American. He goes, yeah. He goes,
Yeah. Confirmed.
So this white guy whom you've never met called you on the phone and said, hey, why don't you come over to my basement? We're going to record a podcast.
Yeah,
And you showed up.
My island basement.
Yeah.
By the way.
That's interesting.
It's very cool, though, because it's a different kind of...
It shows how far we've come as a country as well. That we can
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
I'm proud of us that we can
Into the
show up to
suburbs.
strange men's basement and feel confident.
He said you have to take the candy for the business. That's what he said.
Yeah, but turns out wrong. You have to take the candy for the business.
You want to make it in this business. You take the candy, boy.
Go to strange
Don't
basement.
take a candy.
Our guest last night, as he was coming through the gate, said, is there a Jew alarm on this or anything?
What?
He's Jewish, so
okay.
he thought there was a Jew alarm on the gate,
That's
so
funny.
it wouldn't let him in. It was like, okay,
This
whatever.
is a pretty wicked layout, man. It's nice out here. Oh, the dog is coming over.
As long as she doesn't bite you.
Sweetie.
It's good.
No, I have good dog
You know
energy.
those little dogs in there.
Yeah, Napoleon
Vicious
complexes.
attack. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
She's the kind of dog
I
comes
have,
over.
I have a dog the same size. He's he's a Chihuahua mix, and he's like some terrier in him. He's about that same size. He's a good. We just rescued him like 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah,
she's
this-
She's a rescue.
Oh, yeah?
There you go.
Yeah, I do the Caesar Milan. You know Caesar Milan.
I love him.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he should run for president.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wouldn't he be like the best president
Do you work
ever?
with that dog that way? Do you do the?
No,
you
it's
don't.
not my dog. It's her dog.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got it. You can't. So you were holding him and stuff. He's king. That dog.
Yeah.
That's why he bites people. He's in charge.
Well, she's actually stopped.
She stopped.
biting.
Said she stopped.
She
Okay,
hasn't-
good.
She's never actually bitten anybody. Let's
Oh,
be
okay.
clear.
Okay. But
she's
she's
nipped
pretty
it.
stable. She seems stable.
Yeah,
She seems cool.
she's much better now. She
Well-
was abused,
Was she really?
so she was kind of.
We need to put her little photo on the.
We do.
I just love that.
webpage. Isn't she
the
cute
tapping?
enough?
Yeah, yeah.
I do it to my kids now, seriously, because my daughter is really into the little dogs. So I've been showing her like Caesar Milan. She'll wake up in the middle of the night and come down to our bed, and and she's 7 years old. So I'm like, hey, you want to stay up late, watch a little TV? So we turn on the TV, and I have recorded episodes of that. So we watch Caesar Milan, the dog whisperer, and we'll do that for like an hour until she falls asleep. And so now she's really into it. She walks the dog same way with the collar and the.
Does she?
And pulls, oh yeah, and
so
keeps
cute.
behind her, and she's really into
It
it. And then-
works.
yeah, it works. And then, but she gets really mad at me when I do it to her because we'll be like walking, and I'll be like, hey, and she'll like, don't do that to me. I'm not a dog. In the grocery store, like yelling, I'm not a
Yeah,
dog.
you're not going to get Daddy of the Year with that
Everybody's
one.
staring at you like, oh, okay.
His dog
You have
just
like a
said
clicker thing when
she's
she does
not
something
a dog.
good.
Yeah. She's just lucky I took the shot collar off
That all worked out.
so we can leave the house.
Wait till she's 12. Put it on when she's 12.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how many
shock underwear?
How many weeks a year you? So how many? That's nice. That's nice.
Agreed. We should invent that.
Yeah.
For boys especially.
A shock belt. What? It's a shock belt. That'd be great.
Unbelievable.
Terrible bullet.
It's a version of the shock collar. It's a shock belt.
Yeah.
When you need someone to listen, a lawyer you know and trust.
If you've never been in an auto accident, it's hard to know what to expect from the insurance adjuster. Here are some tips. 1, if they talk to you about whether or not you should hire a lawyer, it's a good sign that you probably should. 2, it's illegal for them to give you any legal advice. They aren't lawyers, and they aren't licensed to practice law. 3, if they tell you that everyone involved in the accident is at fault, they're wrong. This comes from the belief that you're at fault for just being on the road. That's nonsense and not supported by any law. Finally, remember that friendly adjusters are often just gaining information. They want you to do most of the talking so they can file their report. I'm Mike Bryant from Bradshaw & Bryant. I hope you're never injured in a collision. But if you are, don't sign anything until you've talked to us.
Find Bradshaw & Bryant, personal injury attorneys at minnesotapersonalinjury.com.
Seeking justice for the injured. Bradshaw and Bryant.
Tom here. For years, you've heard me talk about my friends at North American Banking Company. They have great online and mobile banking options, plus friendly employees who are always ready to help. And with their location in Maple Grove now open, it's even more convenient for me and my family. Go visit my friends at any one of their 6 Twin Cities locations or go online to nabankco.com to learn more. Why not bank with my banker? North American Banking Company, a better banking experience, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. You all have helped build My Pillow into the incredible company it is today and have trusted in Mike Lindell to give you a great night's sleep. Mike's latest incredible deal is on the Giza Dream Sheets, which you've heard me rave about before, that's for sure. These sheets are made from the world's best cotton, Giza. They are ultra soft and breathable, yet extremely durable. Right now, the Giza Dream Sheets at its lowest price ever. These sheets are 60% off, coming in as low as $39.99 with promo code TOM. Oh, did you hear this local story?
No.
Oh, this is unbelievable. Woman calls the cops yesterday. She said, University Avenue is a big street, goes between Minneapolis and St. Paul. And they're building light rail down it, so it's a mess. And it's not. This woman calls the cops from a bus shelter on University and Wheeler over in St. Paul. He said, I've just seen something, and you got to look for this guy in this red pickup truck. The belt part gets... We'll get to the belt part in a second.
There's a tie.
There is a tie in here, and it's not a good one either.
Story, Dad.
Again.
So she calls the cops, and the cops show up, and she says, I saw something just now that I've never seen before, and I hope I never see it again. You guys haven't even heard this story.
No,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've been busy.
So the cop says, well, what happened? And she says, well, there's this guy in this red pickup truck, and he kind of tapped his horn, so I would look up at him, and I looked up at him, and he was filleting a dildo.
Oh, whoa.
Okay?
What?
This is a true story.
What? In his trunk?
In his truck. And he wouldn't move. Their car's behind him, and they're honking the horn, trying to get him out of the way. It's like, because they didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, why would they guess
That'd be your
that?
last guess.
Yeah. So you must be having engine trouble.
Here comes
or not.
Here comes
you could be sucking a dildo. It's either that or a bad transmission. I would have taken this and have it looked at.
You take the bad
we're going to have to replace your dildo.
Yeah.
I took it to the shop. I couldn't get the thing going. Turns out I was sucking a dildo. I have a really good mechanic. He went right to that.
Absolutely. So the cops locate this red pickup truck, and they pull the guy over, and they notice there are women's panties strewn all through it, like hanging from the
I
mirror.
hate the word panties.
What do you call
I
them?
know.
Let him
What do you call them?
Sorry.
Wait, what do you call them?
Underwears.
Underwears. So you had the underwears hanging like you do when you suck a dildo.
I'll just say what the cop said. He said when you suck a dildo.
I hang up my underwear first before I start sucking dildos in traffic. Because that'd be gross if you don't have that.
So the cop pulls the guy over. There are all these underwears. Panties hanging from the mirror, hanging from the gear shift everywhere. And he looks over and there's a shirt, and he takes the shirt off, and he said, the cop says that there was this sex toy. So we knew that the guy would... Well, it was the dildo.
No, that was the dildo.
oh,
okay.
okay.
She's
confused.
going
I
to
thought
a
there
whole
was
other
more
section.
stuff in there.
They're
I thought there
everywhere.
was more stuff.
Items.
Taking like a leap.
Yeah, they had a vibrating ring hanging from the rearview mirror.
Well, here comes the shock belt.
No.
So the cops tell him to get out of the truck. They put him up against the truck.
How'd they do that?
Yeah, exactly. They take that out of your mouth.
You dented my truck. No, you dented your truck.
So the cop starts frisking the guy. And the cop reports, as he gets to, quote, the waistline area.
Mm-hmm. I know that area.
He can feel a vibration.
What?
And he said, what's that? And he steps back, and the guy says to him, well, I have a vibrator stuck up my butt.
Aha!
Sweet mother of God.
So he was packing? Are you packing?
So he was
He was literally
In a different
packing.
True story. It just happened.
This guy's packing.
What is with that guy? We need to call back that psychologist.
I need backup. I'm going to need backup.
body was
Dr. Bart.
vibrating?
Dr. Bart Rossi.
This guy's packing. His buddies came running up and drawing down. No, not a weapon. Well, it's a weapon. God, there's no verbiage for this. We don't have a code.
I asked him. We asked on the air this morning. So, how do you shut it off? I mean, do you get the? Because you got the guy
like
stomp on it.
Like colossally, how do you shut it off? Therapy, years of therapy.
Yeah.
Sometimes incarceration.
Yeah, that's probably true as well. It's just, do they call a rookie over and go, I had to do this 5 years ago?
Yeah, like here's a pair of tongs. There you go.
Your
Yeah,
job
who
now,
has that
bitch.
job? Yeah.
Carry Playtex rubber gloves for this very reason.
Yeah.
Honey, how was your first day as a police officer? Was it great? Did you bust some criminals? I'm going to wash my hands again. Hang on.
I'll be right back.
I'll never be.
I've been washing my hands for 2.5 hours.
So I asked a question on the air, and I should have asked Dr. Rossi. He was with us earlier. This guy's a brilliant psychologist from Somerville, New Jersey. Really smart guy. We were talking about the legitimate rape comment. This
Oh,
asshole.
yeah.
Unbelievable. But we should ask him, where do you get up in the morning and you say, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to stick a vibrator up my ass. And then I'm going to get my truck with a bunch of underwears and everything. And then I'm going to pull up and start sucking on a dildo.
Hey, wait. So what?
Like,
What? Wait, he was in traffic. Where was the actual truck again? Was it the end of an on-ramp or something?
No, it was like little bus shelters.
Oh, was it a bus shelter?
Yeah, so he kind of pulled right along the curb there.
so we wanted to be seen too.
Well,
And there were children there too.
Yeah, that's the
other
thing.
part.
It's like if you want to do that in the privacy of your own home,
Or in
you're
your
still,
garage,
or
in your
whatever,
car. That's
like
fine.
a hotel
Yeah, or let's
room,
say you're listening.
whatever.
Let's say you're sitting listening to this podcast with a dildo up your ass while you suck another dildo.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah, that's cool. We're totally with
Yeah.
you. Keep going, buddy. Keep it up.
Good
Enjoy
for
that
you.
thing. Yeah. Listen close.
Go
We got a
crazy.
story for you.
Yeah,
We're
but
going to
it's like-
explain where what your activities is illegal. It's illegal.
Yeah.
It's
That's just a
unbelievable.
huge leap to just like.
You know what it is? The guy, and probably the psychologists cover this. It's the guy that he had gone so far to take it to the next level so
Yeah.
many times. This is to him the rush is the thing.
Like somebody seeing.
It's the only thing that's going to get him off.
It's like
he was
heroin.
So he
do
was
more and more.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
imagine
yeah.
at some point he's sitting in his basement listening to the podcast, vibrating dildo up his ass, sucking on another one, going, "This is fucking boring."
I'm tired of doing
This is
this.
so boring. I can't believe I'm doing this again. Yeah. What are you doing? Nothing. Somebody called and he speakerphoned it. What are you doing? Nothing. He literally said and meant nothing.
Nothing.
And he went, you know what? I'm going to jump in the truck and go down to the bus station and do this. That'd be so much more exciting.
You just wonder what happened to him as a little kid that brought this on.
Exactly. It's
we
like,
probably
what
went
life
to-
do you
He was-
live?
You don't want to know.
He went to catch a bus, and there was a Model T sitting out in front of the bus station.
Model T.
Yeah. His grandfather had it happen. The grandfather before him walked up on a buckboard. Some pioneers in there with sticks up their ass.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, no shot. It's
you
hereditary.
have to vibrate those yourself.
Yeah, you do. You have to vibrate them.
Yeah.
All right, we're digressing.
Yeah.
I'm just telling
Again,
you.
this is turning in a difficult direction.
I'm just. What do you think of that? Like I said, we just talked to Dr. Bart Rossi about this Aiken guy, and we try not to get too political.
Somebody
respect
asked me if I
everybody's
had any
political.
Aiken jokes, and I was like, no, not
Not
really.
yet. Too
I had
new,
no idea.
Too new.
How do you even make a joke? A legitimate rape. How do you put those two words in the same sentence?
Well, that's what they said. They said, I mean, Aiken jokes about this legitimate rape thing, and I'm like, I knew Clay Aiken was going to get legitimately raped. I knew that was going to happen. And no, it was something completely different. It's a different Aiken.
Yes.
I didn't watch the news enough.
No, it was a different Aiken than Clay. You're right. But we were asking Dr. Rossi about how do you put this sentence together? Victims of legitimate rape often don't get pregnant. What?
Yes,
Yeah.
women's bodies have a way of dealing with that kind of thing.
That's that faith thing. He's probably got a lot of faith in things that don't exist, and that's one of them.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's the whole deal.
Yeah.
That's the whole deal. But again, I mean, to say something like that,
It's spitballing. You know, people spitball. Yeah.
I suppose that's
it's
probably
spitballing.
right.
He's like, probably their fallopian tubes just shut off. You know, he's just an idiot.
I saw a diagram of the women's reproductive system according to this Aiken guy. It was pretty
did?
funny. Yeah.
Where'd you see that?
On thegloss.com.
Oh, he didn't actually. It was a mock.
He wrote it.
That would be funny.
It's his deal.
Yeah. Let me explain further what I mean in picture, in art.
Well, maybe he's just a duck enthusiast because they actually do have those mechanisms. Ducks, because ducks are assholes, and that's pretty much all they do is rape each other. Yeah.
Is that right?
They have corkscrew.
I don't know if they. I don't know if they have a cloaca or what, but it's a corkscrew.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
So it's like impossible to get in.
Okay, let's talk about this for a second.
Let's.
Okay, my friend Shane Moss, and he may talk to you about these things. He's a comedian.
Okay.
And he may discuss this with you at some point. He's been studying animal reproductive systems, and one of the things that he's finding out is that some of our reproductive systems are identical in little ways. Brain chemistry obviously is related to our sexual, our pheromones and all that stuff are run by brain chemistry. So the brain is involved heavily in that, and jealousy, right down to jealousy, and these other things are affected by the physical action of sex and also survival. So one of the things he told me about, this is fascinating. Certain insects, they like you said, like ducks, they'll have so many male partners are inseminating the female that in order for you to carry on your line,
as an insect.
Yeah.
Not you personally.
Not me personally.
Well, let's say it's you. Let's say you're the insect, and you want to get in there and get your seed in there so that you're carrying on your line, and that's the way animals work, right? So, and we're an animal, so same. So you try to get it, and in order to get that in there, you got to get a good load in there and do it right, and then you got to get the rest of it out. So some of them have, right? But some of them have like little squeegees on their weenies, so they can, so they can pull the other
romance never ends.
Pull the other stuff out, because they have squeegees on their weenies, so they literally clean it out, and then they inseminate the female, and that's how they do it. And then check this out: in the human animal, jealousy. If you're jealous, overly jealous, you have a stronger ejaculation, and that's a chemical reaction or a brain chemistry thing to project your seed stronger and because if the jealousy is a reaction to your female possibly being inseminated by another man, so it creates a harder ejaculation.
That's unbelievable,
and that's a physical thing, so that you carry on your. But that's
so if you get together with a jealous fella, you better double down on the birth control.
Yeah, it's gonna have a pretty strong ejaculation. But that's the idea, is that's how animals carry on their line, is through those little slight things. And like you said, like ducks, the female body shuts down. Or did you say that's what happens?
It's a corkscrew shape, so like it takes a good amount of effort to.
They have to spin around. I mean, they literally have to spin around to do it.
Yeah.
So the female can't escape.
I thought I was supposed to.
No.
All ducks are spin. I learned two things today. And Collin, when you woke up, this
didn't
morning.
think I'd be talking about duck sex and truck dildos.
Did you ever think you'd be hearing the words, ducks are assholes?
Oh, I actually considered that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But so how do you know this, Andrew?
I know a lot of things that I don't remember how I came across that knowledge.
That's true with Andy, by the way. He knows a lot of things about a lot of things.
So it really puts duck hunters in a new light, doesn't it?
Yeah, there you go. They're doing a service.
Blast away.
Trying to save the lady duck.
Kill the assholes.
Duck hunters are just chivalrous.
Yeah, so
they're fun.
They're just killing rapists.
It's what it sounds like. Now, one thing I understand after being on the show, I've been on the KQ Morning Show for 26 years.
Yeah,
and before that, a lot of time on the radio, and I never ever. Where did Alex go?
Bella has to go outside.
No, Bella, the dog. Podcast dog.
Pod dog.
No, actually,
pod dog just became potty dog.
We have a Russian slave named Bella.
Where'd that come from?
Butter on the internet. We know where you're surfing.
Would it be horrible because she's a rescue dog if they named her after Bella Lugosi, and doesn't mean beautiful, just we like Bella Lugosi, we like something like
it would be awful.
Bizarre. But anyway, after interviewing, I would guess probably tens of thousands of guys, comics and women.
Yeah, you've done a lot of it. I
don't ever ask anybody to do their on stage stuff.
Yeah.
So what I what I do like to ask is, for the one or two people out there who've not seen you either on television or in a club or wherever, I have, and we talked about that when we were on the phone, as a matter of fact. You, like I said, Rick Bronson said you just killed it up in Edmonton. You're doing very well down here. When you walk out on stage, what can people expect?
I just go right into things. I don't, a lot of comics will come up, hey, you guys seem like your energy is this way or that way. I'm not going to brand them. I just go up and just, and then my intent is to cover some things that I'm interested in talking about that I think, and that also I think people are interested in, like what we're talking about with ducks and corkscrew wieners and stuff. Right. That's pretty fascinating. It is. And that technical thing that animals do to carry on their line, and all that stuff. That's really interesting stuff. That's not in my act, but so
don't start talking about insect reproduction.
I typically open with jealous large ejaculation, and then I move on to duck corkscrews. Yes. No. I talk about my experience with life. In ways that spike my interest or fascinate me. I talk about that and I work it out on stage, or I write. I've been doing it long enough that I know what joke structure is, so I can kind of weave it into that if we're having an interesting conversation. So I try to have as much of my material be kind of an interesting conversation. Like it's all one-sided. It's a comic standing there talking to you, but I want everybody to feel like they're in a really fun conversation for an hour and a half.
And that's the impression that I got, and that's why I asked you that question, because I've seen you perform, and we're off of sex now. I wanted to point that out.
We're off. You guys are celibate?
No, when I said when I've seen you perform, I just want to make sure we had moved on.
What is going on?
Left, right, up, down.
You seemed a little jealous, Collin, on that last shot. You hit the ceiling fan. That's jealousy, if I've ever seen it.
Right? So perform on stage as a comedian. As a comedian.
Right.
That's what I meant to say. That's the impression I do get, that you're just kind of having a conversation. It's a one-sided conversation.
I feel like it's and a lot of times people go to a stand-up show and they're like, oh, we like to talk to the comics, and then they get in trouble for it or whatever happens. And some people feel like they don't want to go because, the comic isn't going to carry their weight. The comic is up there. And it's not as entertaining or not as interesting or fun. It's more for the comedian. Well, luckily, in my experience, like I find it is also for me, because I find it more interesting to talk about stuff that not only is a fun conversation for the crowd, but also interesting to them or somehow connects to them, their world, their life. You know what I mean? Like it would to me. I want it to spark. When you're in a conversation, you're sitting in a room, you walk into a room with people and you start talking, and suddenly everybody's interested in the topic at one time and the passion connects.
Right.
That's how I like it to feel as much as I can when I'm on stage without them talking.
At all.
Laughing, but you feel the energy coming from them like they're in the conversation, then it's working.
Right, absolutely.
So as a result, the topics end up being things that we kind of experience. And it's not humdrum by any means. I don't do, I try to keep away from the ridiculous, kind of, dun stuff that everybody does.
You're not a prop comic?
Right. No. But I do like it to be stuff that people can identify with. So I'll talk about my kids and my experience with that and parenting, but I try to find interesting angles on it. Like, the fact that my kids, as a parent, I have a 3 and a 6-year-old. Did I tell you that already?
Well, you mentioned you had children, but you mentioned their ages.
3 and 6, and I'm overwhelmed by the parenting part. It's overwhelming. I feel like I'm wrong all the time, like I'm messing it up,
we all do that.
And so I've tried to interpret what that means in the greater scheme of things. So some of my newer materials about that, and for example, one of the things that I think is an interesting twist on this, you hear about comics talk about their family, right? The interesting twist to me is that I feel like we, as people, they're people and I'm people, so we're always getting each other back for stuff that we're doing to each other, because we're in the, you know what I mean? As a parent, you don't let your kids out, don't eat that, and can't have this candy, can't do that again. So eventually that's gonna give. They're gonna get you back somehow.
Oh, absolutely.
And they do, and they do it a little instinctively. They start doing things, and the interpretation of that's fun, and then also we get them back for taking away our freedom in little ways,
right?
And so trying to interpret what we're doing and why. I took my daughter to kindergarten, 5-year-old, and I put her in we're all standing there, and all the 5-year-olds are there for their first day of school, and they get their lunch boxes, and,
so cute.
and they're so adorable.
They are.
And but this now keep in mind, this is the person that took away my freedom. I'm a man, so I want to go do anything I want all the time because I'm a selfish person. I'm a man, so I took her to, and all the kids are standing there the first day, and then out comes the mascot, and we created the mascot. Adults created the mascot as a guy in a 7-foot owl suit, and all the 5-year-olds, but their imagination is as literal as it's ever going to be, and they all reacted the same way. They went, ah! 'Cause that's a real fucking owl to them. So for me, like, I was like, is this my revenge? Because they're like, we're telling them to hug the owl, and all the parents are like, hug the owl. I don't want to hug it. Hug the fucking owl. I wanted to go to Cabo, and I couldn't, so hug the owl. So the twist there to me, the interesting thing is that
twist there.
That's actually, like, I thought about that, like, wow, we really are, that's our fucking revenge on these little animals that live in our house and keep, they take away our adult thoughts.
But underneath all that, you do like them.
Oh, I love them. I love them, but I'm going to be honest. There are moments where I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this moment. Where it's overwhelming. And if I ignore that, they're just beautiful and wonderful, then I'm just like everybody else. That's such crap. Kids are okay, but mostly it's really trying.
Well, it can. I do realize that we're probably going to get a call from the Audubon Society after this airs.
Oh, yeah.
Because so far, the Audubon people are going to call up. It's a big, people don't know what that is. It's a big bird outfit,
yeah, the
right?
National Audubon Society.
So they protect rapists.
Yes,
duck rapists.
We've heard so far today, ducks are assholes.
Yeah.
And hug the fucking owl.
Hug the fucking owl. Hug it.
Hug it now.
It's a lot of bird connection.
It is unbelievable. So,
but you see what I mean? Like if I'm talking about my kids and I go, oh yeah, and then my son did this, and when my daughter dates, and all that bullshit. Everybody says that. I don't care about that. I'm trying to figure this thing out, and I think everybody is, and so that's what I want to talk about when I'm on stage.
What would be great, and what's so great about this technology already is my entire life I've wanted to do a show with my family, right?
Yeah, man.
It's just it's something that, in the future, this will be down, because this is only about, 3 or 4 years it's been successful podcasting. That's about it, right?
Yeah. Marin was a big part of that. Marin's WTF podcast.
Absolutely.
Definitely broken the
Adam
seal.
Carolla, huge.
They did good. Yeah, they're doing good and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, comedy, I guess I'm sort of short-sighted, but... It's WTF. You mean Mark Maron? Mark Marining, I call it? Not podcasting.
Mark Marining. He is the last time he was in town, he was on, like I said, we started this 8 days ago, but the last time Mark was in town, he came into the radio station, and the woman on there said, do you live near any famous people?
To him?
To him.
Yeah.
And it's like, you really want to ask somebody, well, you're not famous.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, right. What?
You're not famous enough. We need more.
Plus he has a complex about that. About not having become famous over all this time.
Who were the 5 guys? Who were the 4 other guys? He came out. They were the 5 hottest.
Ton of dudes. Yeah, I don't know. Like he was in the middle, like with Louis C.K. in the beginning, and all those guys. Yeah,
right.
So, and he's been through all of it with everybody, and he's just the last guy to pop, I guess, or one of the last. Brilliant. So he's got a thing about it.
He is brilliant.
So he get mad at her?
No, it was so great because she didn't realize what she had said. She didn't really understand that.
Yeah,
I guess. So he came back and said, actually, I do. They're not really famous people. I live in this neighborhood. It's called the Hollywoody People neighborhood, and I'm thinking of moving out to the bigger deal Hollywoody People. It was very, very funny. He did a great job.
There's a lot of that. I lived on Westshire in Hollywood off of Beechwood, and there was always I would deliver a paper. My girlfriend's mom had this newspaper, this local Hollywoodland newspaper, and so we would deliver it, and me and my girlfriend. And we would go around from place to place, and you'd meet the residents, and they were like old Hollywood stars. A lot of them were very old.
Oh, yeah.
Like in their 70s, and it would be this woman. She's still dressing like she's 22 in a way.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but from that era, so very old style, and everything was, and then they want to tell you their story because nobody's been there in a while. So so you hear the stories, and it's great, but you got to process that. Like, there's a certain amount of sadness because they're trying to, but some of them are joyous about it, but they're trying to, connect with somebody. Like, I was famous. And,
I was a big deal.
Yeah. And a lot of them
sad.
weren't. And it's a little sad because you're like, well, okay. And they want to be now.
Yeah.
If they want to be now, it's sad.
Yeah.
But sometimes they don't. Sometimes they were like, I did this, I did that. And they're a little, more whatever about it. But the dancers were the ones that were kind of, because there was a big, the burlesque or what, not burlesque, but like post-burlesque, like
vaudeville type stuff.
Well, it was, I guess, what age group was that? So it would have been more like 30s, 40s, maybe like 40s, maybe even 50s. Maybe even 50s,
that era.
But the women of that era, that had to be very put together and very beautiful.
Right.
So they're still doing that at 75 because that's what gave them their famousness. And so but you're welcome into their home. It's not like back in the day, So they would tell they'd have pictures of them with Johnny Carson and all these people in this little tiny house.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Oh, and then,
and
so they'd kind of downsize, but not on purpose.
Nah, who knows? I don't know, Or they've just, I mean, that's an interesting place. There's so many fascinating people in Hollywood.
Well, that's very, very true. The several that I know are very interesting people. There's no doubt about that. We kicked off this podcast with Nick Swartzen. So
I know Nick.
You could imagine.
I went, I know Nick. Yeah.
Nick and I are old friends. And
he's from here, right?
Yes. He's from St. Paul. So he's the very first guest on the podcast.
Oh, he's cool.
And in his 45 minutes, I just looked at the time. We're already at almost the end of it.
Are you serious?
This flew by.
Aw.
But we can just keep going if you want.
Talk all day.
Hey, we can keep going
long podcast.
I went over to Tom's house and we did the podcast with the family, and I was there for 5 hours.
Yeah, and I think they don't stop podcasting. I think that's how they live.
Yeah.
They live on the podcast.
We don't even publish most of it. We just put it in a vault somewhere.
And
this is how you spend every minute of your day together.
Yes.
Actually, you're like, one of you gets up to get food every once in a while.
Yeah. What do you want for dinner?
Bring in sandwiches.
That's a whole
and there's a little hot plate behind you. She's cooking.
So the thing about Nick is very first podcast. So obviously these people who have heard me. And by the way, in 1 week we're out cuming, doing cumulative audiences.
Yeah.
The radio.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, kind of. We're out cuming about half the radio stations in this
Are you
market.
really?
It's unbelievable.
Wow, man.
No, I'm just saying it's been well received.
Brag.
I'm just thanking the people. I'm right here going, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for downloading the Tom Barnard Podcast.
I'm just thanking the people. I'll have to remember that next time I brag. I'm just thanking the people. Come on.
I do that, don't I,
I'm pretty amazing overall.
He does a lot of bobbing.
Hey, I'm just thanking the people.
Called out on your own podcast.
Oh, no.
It's funny. You
He's
did a very good
blushing.
impression of me, actually, because you did the whole body thing.
Nod your head a little. You got to do the Bernard. I call it doing the Bernard.
It's the newest dance move.
What we do is we nod our head and thank the people.
Thank the people.
Yeah, we're out cuming everyone, so.
No, just half. But
I think that's what that dude in the truck called it, out cumin.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just out cumin right now.
Here are all these people that have downloaded the podcast, the very first one, and it's Nick Swartzen, and they've heard me, they have to keep it real clean for all these years.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. They got to be fascinated now.
So Nick starts the podcast. Yay. And one thing about it is that my daughter's 23, my son's 25. They've been around... showbiz people their whole life.
Your foul mouth.
They've been around, shows, but mostly comedians.
Oh, okay.
Not like, Nick, Louis Anderson, Nick DiPaolo.
Yeah, Nick DiPaolo.
Matter of fact, when I thought Nick's going to be on next week, and he said, "So Tommy, we are going. It's not the radio; it's a podcast.
Podcast.
Yes, it's a podcast." He goes, "It's a fucking podcast."
You mean it's a fucking podcast?
Exactly. So Nick Swartzen opens up the show. So we go, ladies and gentlemen, special guest tonight, Nick Swartzen. This is fucking great that you could fucking swear. And he went on for 45 minutes.
Nice.
And nonstop. Nonstop.
When you go to a restaurant, you expect the chef to be an expert. You expect your auto mechanic to be an expert when it comes to fixing your car. You judge them both by the results of their work. Josh Arnold is an expert in investments and planning your financial future. Josh Arnold is my expert, and he should be yours, too. I talk to Josh every week, and he understands the market and the economy, and he knows how to plan for your retirement Don't put it off another day. The man with your plan is Josh Arnold. Call Josh now for a no-obligation 48-minute evaluation. You've got nothing to lose, and you'll have an expert planning and managing your financial future. Call Josh at 952-925-5608. That's 952-925-5608. Investment services offered by Josh Arnold Investment Consultant, LLC Security Investment Advisor. Past performance is no guarantee of future results. All investments involve risk. All comments and opinions are Josh Arnold's and do not constitute investment advice. Tom Barnard is a paid endorser.
Collin, you've been unbelievable. Thank you very much for taking the phone call in the first place.
Thank you for having me to your home.
Collin Moulton will
risking
be
your life to get here.
Yeah, I was just out cumin.
Collin, come down to it. Hey, wait a minute, I got to thank the people.
I just wanted to come down here and thank the people.
We'll come down and thank the people. A very, very funny Collin Moulton. Well,
I got a show coming out.
Oh, let's
on
wait a minute.
CMT. It'll be on CMT.
Okay.
It's not official, so since this is a podcast, and maybe since we can swear, we can say things that aren't official.
Right, absolutely.
CMT has, I guess, signed on or is going to sign on or whatever, has committed verbally to doing a show called Buy, Fix, Sell, which is a show we shot in Iowa. It's me and another comedian, Dave Beck.
Okay.
And he and I go around and buy and sell and fix cars. And it comes from me on the road buying and selling and fixing cars. Like I would, instead of renting a car, I'd go on Craigslist a couple days before I show up, and then find like a $500, $600 ship box, buy it, and then drive it around. If it's running, like have conversations or send a friend over that I knew, because I know so many people in different areas. Send somebody over, they'd go check out the car, and they'd say, "Yeah, go ahead and get it. It runs." And I'd drive it around for the week and immediately advertise it for roughly the same money, a little more maybe.
Right.
Fix it up, clean it up while I'm there, and then when I sell it, just say, "Look, you can take delivery on Sunday or Monday whenever I'm leaving," right? And then have somebody from the club deliver it, and I'll make $200 instead of spending $200 on a rental car.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah,
very thrifty too. I like it.
Well, I love cars. I used to be a mechanic, and I love shit boxes. I don't love new cars. That's all crap, man. They're finely engineered and look at the fine tune. Fuck that. I want a car that's got some life to it. It's got like some underpannies hanging from the rearview mirror, and you're like, why is that there? What were they doing in this truck? Right.
Well,
right. Something with some history. Yeah, I want some history on the car. So yeah, we did that, and a production company got interested in the idea, and we went and kind of did a version of that. It's me and Dave taking one-nighter money and buying a car and fixing it, and then doing that like 3 or 4 times in an area, and then going on to the next town.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
And it was super funny and super fun.
When's it debut? Do you know?
I don't know, because we have to still shoot the presentation part. We shot a pilot kind of, but we got to reshoot another pilot with them involved, and then we'll shoot the rest of the episodes based on what they see there and what they like.
Tweet us and let us know.
Tweet
they just want to have a hand in it. You know what I mean? CMT wants to be a part of the production of it. So we're going to reshoot it with them producing with us, and then we're going to be off and running.
Makes total sense. So yeah, if you would stay in touch with them when it does hit the air.
Oh, that'd be great, man. Yeah.
Gerard has his show coming up called The Goodwin Games, and I think it debuts in January or February on Fox.
Okay.
And so last Friday, he said, "Yeah, Tom, I got this show coming on. It's called The Goodwin Games." He kind of just really doesn't talk all that loud.
Yeah. It's really quiet.
You got a show coming out on Fox. It's called The Goodwin Games. And I said, "When's it debut?" And he goes, "When it's cold."
No idea.
When it's cold.
They're going to put it on when it gets cold.
When it gets cold. And let me tell you one more thing, ladies and gentlemen that are listening to the Tom Barnard Podcast. Yeah. Tom Barnard is a white man.
Can you believe that?
He sounded nothing like that, by the way.
Well, what?
I don't know who that was.
I know, that was like a Godfather black guy.
Late night disc jockey vibe.
And you wanted to do a podcast with your family.
Yeah.
They just rip you apart.
Hug the fucking owl!
He's going to go make me hug a giant owl after this.
See, those are the kind of things that hopefully we can lift from interviews like this. All of a sudden, you'll just, for no reason, hear you say, "Hug the fucking owl!"
Dude. Did you know I had a Showtime special? I did a half-hour special on Showtime, and I don't know where you can get it. I heard you can get it on the internet, probably Amazon or somewhere. But there was it's called "That's Just Chicken Stupid."
Yes, I did know about that. No,
all right.
Where was all that? The video? Where was that done? Where did you record?
That was done at the El Portal Theater in Hollywood, North Hollywood, and the production company. that was shooting all the Showtime specials. They did a number of them at one time. So I did mine the same night with Ahmed, if you know who that is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Guy.
Absolutely.
And a couple others. It was really fun.
So, question: there's a lot of video of you up on YouTube.
From over the years. Stuff.
God, I was trying to think of
just want to thank the people for that.
I would like to thank everybody. He bobbed his head when he said it, too.
Yeah.
I want to thank the people. There's a club. You're doing a club thing, and there are a bunch of little clips of you. I was trying to think of the name of the club. It was not the Purple Onion. It was... the
Laughing Skull in Atlanta.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, that's where I'm going to be in Atlanta at the Laughing Skull. And was I wearing a hat and it's like a red background or like red?
I think that's correct.
A real black box kind of theater, really little.
Yes. Yes.
That's the Laughing Skull in Atlanta.
And you're going there when?
I'll be back there September 6th through 9, I think it is. It's the first week of September. It's on my website, on myfavoritecomedian.com.
My favorite comedian. There it is. Yeah, there you go.
.com.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank the people for that.
Did I mention the Tom Barnard Podcast.com?
Yeah. Just want to thank the people for that.
Tom Barnard people for that. But a lot of people, one of the great things about that now is that people can go online and say, here's who's coming to, Rick Bronson's House of Comedy. And some people, don't know a lot of, maybe they just decided, you know what, I'm going to start going to see comics.
Stand up. Yeah. Maybe they're ready to try it again after some comic broke their heart or whatever.
Well, that's exactly right.
When I was working at the House of Comedy.
Yeah, Andy used to work at the House of Comedy.
Oh, did he?
There was some bad.
That's just crazy. Like I said, comics will just scare people away from comedy for literally years. It's wild.
Not a good thing.
Yeah, it's such a
at all. But what I like is that no matter who it is, it's coming to the local club, Rick Bronson's House of Comedy. It's all at the Mall of America. A lot of notice all the Asians at the Mall of America?
No, I didn't.
They literally fly here from Japan to shop there.
Did they really?
Well, because there's no sales tax on clothing here.
Okay, all right. But also, the dollar isn't exactly kicking ass.
No.
Right, yeah. So we're kind of like Mexico used to be to us like 20 years ago. And you go down there.
Yeah, we're the Mexico of the world.
You can get a rucksack. You can get rucksack for only 19 million yen. It's like nothing. I throw away. I wipe ass with 1,900 yen. I wipe ass with rucksack.
Throw it away and buy another one.
Yeah, I'm serious. You go out, plane loads of Japanese people fly to the Mall of America just to shop there. It's pretty amazing.
Well, that's how you fly in a plane with a load of people. So it's going to be
He's just completely turning on me.
Guys.
He's just completely turning on me. It's unbelievable.
Look at that plane load of Japanese people.
Well, they're from Japan. It's full.
Actually, I talked to Kevin Nealon last week, and he said, well, I was out to the Mall of America today. I said, oh, yeah. He goes... I said, did you know? I said the same thing I said to you. I said, you notice all the Asian people? And he goes, no, I just thought everybody looked really tired.
Oh, dear.
Oh, man.
Oh, my
That's
God.
An eye joke.
We love Asian people.
There it is right there. Collin Moulton will be at Rick Bronson's House Comedy all week long here.
Yep, through Sunday.
And then when you go to Atlanta?
I go to Atlanta, not next week. Next week I go to Tacoma, Washington.
Okay.
To shoot at the Tacoma Comedy Club to shoot my next CD.
You know what's funny?
Yeah.
Swear
Your
to God.
next CD, I hope.
No, swear to God, our second biggest market is Seattle, Tacoma.
Is it really?
It is.
I'm going to be at the Tacoma Comedy Club
next
week. I believe it's Wednesday. I might even be doing a Wednesday there through Sunday, at least Thursday through Sunday. Yeah, that's what it is, Thursday. And I'm shooting my CD or taping my CD there, and it's my second CD ever.
Wonderful.
And it'll be it's going to be a mixture with some road stories and a little bit. I'm going to do a couple songs at the end and everything, and it's going to be all new material. And yeah,
what we do also is we take down all the stuff like I will tweet about this.
Yeah, man.
So you should probably do the same thing because then that will let all of your.
You will do it.
I will. Oh, jeez. Yeah, this is where the family comes in.
All of your fans, but all your fans,
you do want to leave alive, right?
All of your fans in Seattle, Tacoma will see those tweets, whatever.
You know what I've noticed about tweeting is that it's a way that you can effectively
thank the people.
It is.
Yeah, I'm going to see this in the next.
Just want to thank the people.
Yeah.
Next DVD, here's going to be me. Oh, thank the people.
Just trying to thank the people.
That's all that dude in the truck was doing at the bus stop.
He's trying to thank the people. How about that, though? I touched his waistline and he started vibrating. I was like, I got it.
Yeah, done that so many times.
You knew
Let's not go back.
Bad.
Buy online by going to the Amazon.com banner at TomBarnardPodcast.com. They don't charge you a penny more. A small portion of what they sell through our site helps support the show, and it's what keeps the show free for our listeners. Click and shop today on the Amazon banner at TomBarnardPodcast.com. What'd you think of that?
I loved it.
That was it. You know what? What a ball having you in it. We got very, very lucky.
I want to do this again. I love you guys. I think it's really fun. I really had fun.
Comic love.
And there's a dog at the podcast.
The pod dog. Definitely, we have to put her on the website as the pod dog.
Yeah,
it's a brilliant idea.
Pod dog.
Pod dog.
That should be the image.
She is a pod.
Yeah.
She's cute enough, right?
Listen to her.
What do you think?
I can hear what she's thinking.
Right.
She's saying, I just want to thank the doggies. I want to thank all them doggies up there.
She's going to get blasted.
Feel you're moving her head.
I'm going to go take a nap now. I've been pummeled.
You
got broad shoulders. You can take it.
You
can do it.
But I love the fact that when you come in the family environment, you talked about your family. You talk about your family a lot anyway.
Love my family.
But that's the greatest thing of all to me is I don't have any time for guys who don't, guys who talk bad about their wives.
Oh, yeah.
Guys who talk bad about their children.
Well,
no time.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's all roses and posies.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah. But right, I don't effectively hate them. Yeah.
Just hug the fucking out.
Just hug the fucking out. Yeah. My wife, I love her, and we have, and I'm fascinated with the differences we have. But I'm going through one of those in love stages. You know how you do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you go in and out of that, and right now we're going through a stage where I just look at her and I go, oh man, this is it. I really love her a lot now.
Now.
I mean that. Like sometimes, sometimes you're like, ugh. Like she was having trouble. And she had the hormonal thing that women kind of go in and out of because kids.
I've never experienced that in my life.
All right.
God, I'm glad you said that and I didn't.
Well, here's the thing: as a woman has kids, I have friends that haven't been married, and they're like they just can't figure out women. You got to spend some time with a woman for a long period of time to get that. There's not even the patterns are so large. The patterns, of woman's behavior and hormonal shifts.
Some more than others.
Well, it's from start to finish. It's from birth to death because it's true because you go through these changes hormonally, and if you have kids, then it increases it. And really, if a man is like, I don't understand what she's doing, and he's just dating a lot, that happens a lot with dudes in their 30s and dating a girl. I don't understand why she's like this and why she's going through this thing. And I'm like, dude, okay, imagine that she's a planet, okay, and there were giant extinctions and catastrophes that happened before you showed up, catastrophic hormonal events that literally wiped out the planet, and then now you're just experiencing it for the first time. But it's a cyclical thing.
Yeah.
It happens because it's hormonal, and that's how my wife is experiencing. So now she went through this time where it was really tough. And I can't believe I got to tell this. She told me not to say this.
Of course,
this is going to be a 2-part series.
Might be a part 2.
She didn't know it was gonna she didn't know what was going on, but she was mad at me, and she just didn't feel right. And things weren't right for her. She was unhappy completely, and she was just gutting it out because she's a Midwestern girl and she's married and she's going to be married, and that's the way it is. We don't cheat on each other and all that, so we're good. But she was unhappy. And so she went into therapy, or not therapy, but it went to a doctor, and the doctor said she had a hormonal problem, and that possibly Zoloft would help her. And I'm not a pharmaceutical dude. Like I hate pharmacy stuff,
right?
Or pharmaceuticals and the companies that run them and how they affect the world. I hate all that. So I was like, we're not doing pharmaceuticals in our house. That's not going to happen. And then when I was gone for a couple of weeks, and I came home and she was on Zoloft for like 7 or 8 days, and I got home and I was like, I was mad, but I was like, I really like her now.
Sometimes people need a little help.
It leveled the playing field because I'm a guy, so I'm like, no care in the world all the time. But some version of that,
There's
and then
a lot
she's
of guys
a woman
that have the same thing. Really,
that's true.
That's true.
Yeah, but ultimately, it made us more matched because I'm a dude and she's a woman who's on Zoloft, so we had similar thoughts and processes. We're like, where are the kids? I don't know. Who cares? Who even gives a shit? They're probably with the neighbors or something.
And by the way, when she said, well, some men have it too, she gave me the sidelong glance.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Some men.
Some men.
Like the one sitting next to me.
Yeah, but that's the interesting shit. Like you said, like you said that I talked about my family and all that stuff. But to me, that's interesting because everybody is trying to figure that stuff out all the time.
Yeah, it got to be for a while. There was like, I don't want anybody to know that I'm married or have children, and I don't want to be a family guy because you're a pussy if you're a family
Something
guy.
like that.
It's like, come on. I mean,
some people, Johnny got away with it. Johnny Carson got away with it for years. Johnny Carson never would talk about his family or anything.
That's very true.
It was tragic as hell, but he was also not a guy that really made tragedy funny.
No, that's true.
And tragedy, his whole married life was tragedy, right? Was he married like 4 or 5 times?
Like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
His son appeared on the KQ Morning Show.
Oh, did he?
Years and years ago. Years ago.
What did he say?
He was a photographer, and he was driving around taking pictures of, L.A. and the canyons and all that stuff. So I said, well, I understand your father just built a new home. And he goes, yeah, he did. I said, he's been living there a few months. He goes, yeah. I said, so nice house? He goes, I've never been there.
No.
Man.
That's brutal.
And then the kid died like a month later. He drove off a cliff.
What?
Oh, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, his son was taking pictures from his Jeep, and he was like leaning, taking a picture, and the Jeep went off a cliff and killed him.
Was he a Somalian cab driver?
Yeah, no.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, no.
I like at the beginning of the podcast, he's just, the man was from another country. But now he's got him pegged out. He was
Somalian cab driver.
And he had a Jamaican accent.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did, because I can't do a Somalian accent. But he did.
I don't know.
But he was definitely on the phone a lot. Okay, so I would like to end on that note, Johnny Carson's son dying. Can we do that?
Yeah, it's happy.
Let's wrap it up.
I just want to thank
Great
the people.
transition.
I just want to thank the people.
Now I'm Elvis. All of a sudden I'm Elvis now.
Coming out to the, here's what I'd like to thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Come on down to the podcast.
What is it called? The Tom Barnard Podcast?
Tom Barnard, B-A-R-N, like Barnard College.
Barnard. Come on down to Tom Barnard Podcast.
TomBarnardPodcast.com.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll have to get your Twitter.
My favorite comedian. Colin Twit. Yeah, come on down. Thank people.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you very much.
It's great having you, man. Thank you.
Great having you, man.
Thank
Come
you.
on down and mourn with us at the Barnard.
Never ending.
Come on down to the Barnard.
Collin Moulton, ladies and gentlemen.